Hey guys, it's Crackers. Welcome back to House Flipper. Today, guys, this is just going to be a short little video. I just wanted to do a quick little showcase on this screen wall divider that I had done in the current house that I'm doing, the accountant's house, where we're doing kind of an Asian inspired build. A lot of you probably already have seen this, but when I had done it for my episode, I didn't have really kind of the numbers figured out, so I thought I would just kind of do a quick little video just kind of telling you how I built this and tell you how many panels it takes or how many of these composite boards it takes to build it and all that. And it's not like, it's not really hard. It's not that time consuming other than just kind of lining these all up. But it's just, if you guys want to try it, it'll take the guesswork out for you so you don't have to try and figure it all out. Because when I made it, it just kind of worked out. Like the spacing between the ceiling and the top one and the floor and the bottom one, it's pretty bang on. So I thought I would just give you the numbers so that if you guys want to use these as a potential wall divider, which I think it's amazing. It works really well in this kind of Asian theme, but you can do a more modern version of it too. So I thought I would just kind of give you guys kind of the lowdown of how I did it. And hopefully that'll be helpful. So you can start like each of these composite boards are, well, to start with, you need the garden DLC in order to do this, guys. So I should mention that right off the hop. I can't think of anything that you could possibly do this with in just the regular games. So definitely want to have the garden DLC. Now I use like a double wide, pillar, I guess, just 2 walls wide, and then I center them. But there is thicker composite boards that are 2 wide, so you could go with a thicker one too if you wanted. And you could probably play around with the thickness. I went with 3. I just wanted it to look like a beam, and that seemed about right for me. So, and you could just kind of go 1 wall wide too if you just want a simple little divider. So I just thought it was just a really cool way to just have another option to divide rooms. So anyway, guys, so what we'll do is I'll just build a couple really quick. And so these are this is a thick one. I think maybe we'll play with that one too, just to see. So let's go into the garden DLC. I'll show you exactly where I find these. They are under surfaces and painting slabs. And what I've been playing with are the composite decking. Now these are kind of categorized weird because right now you can see that these are horizontal. The gray ones are anyway, and when you buy them, they are horizontal. But if you pick any of the other colors in this category, they're actually lengthwise. And I don't know why, but anyway, so you may have to play around with which one you grab, because there is this version, and then if you scroll down, there's also this version. So you may have to, if you have a preference as to which way you want the boards to run, you'll have to play around with the colors and bounce maybe between these and those ones. So you could probably play around with like the stone look, but I just for me I kind of liked the composite board. So I'm trying to think here what we should do. You know what, let's grab this one and let's actually play around with a really thick one. So these are all four walls wide, or long, I guess I should say. Let's just actually, okay, so let's skip. We'll kind of pretend we are making a pillar here. We'll make this one too long. So what I'll probably end up doing is just putting, we're right by the window, of course, so let me just pull these back a bit. Okay, I'm just going to throw the wall in so we can have this exactly centered. All right, so let's say we were going to do 2 panels. Actually, let's try and do 3. This will take me a bit to set up, but I think it'll be worth it. And then maybe what we'll do is, let's go back to I think we have to go back to that other one. Yeah, this one. And let's grab maybe a different color. Let's grab the oak ones. All right, and I'll just build a wall out from that. We'll just do a single one of this. I wanted to just see what this color would look like with some of the panels. So what you're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna go back to, I'm gonna go back to my favorites here and grab this composite board again in the gray, and we're gonna stack, basically we're gonna stack 47 of these all the way up. All right, well, I just learned something. You can't actually stack the wider ones. They seem to stop, so I don't know if there's a way around that. I really haven't played around with using this stuff indoors much, so, or outdoors for that matter, but it seems to stop right there. You can go 4 high, but you can put 2 of the narrow ones together. I mean, it's just going to take a lot more work if you want to have it wider, but there might be a trick to using these ones. So I'm just going to stick with my narrow ones because that's what I've been playing with. So, and I know it works. But we can do the same thing and achieve the same look with the wider ones if we wanted, but we'll just have to stack it with the narrow ones. So, so what I'll do is I'm going to stack 47 high. This is going to take a little bit to set up, but we'll get it done. And then I'm going to have to grab a ladder. I usually like to grab one of these just because I think they make really great ladders. So I'm going to need it when I get closer to the top. So anyway, let's go back to our little composite board and grab that really quick. Okay, so we got 2. Let's continue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 47. Okay, I kind of lost track on this last one. Anyway, guys, these are stacked 47 high. Hopefully that one is too. And we're going to leave this ladder here for now. But I'm just going to add a wall to the end of that one. I'm just doing that a single one, and this one, I mean, we can still do, nah, we'll just do single. See what that looks like. And for this one, I'm just going to do a wider one. We'll just leave it a single. I would probably make it a double pillar normally, but we've did a double pillar here, so you get the idea. And we'll just try a single pillar here, single wide wall pillar. Anyway, okay, so once we get to this point, guys, and you could play around with all the different stuff, but like I said, I've only used the composite board. I know they added these concrete pieces out of the garden flipper surfaces. Let's see, paving slabs, but I noticed that there's a lot thinner. So these, where are those ones anyway? These guys. Yeah, they're way thinner, so you might be able to do something with those, but I don't have those ones figured out. These are all done with those composite boards, but like I said, you could probably play around with the stone too. I know the stone stacks the same way, but I haven't played around with that look. And of course you can change this too, like you could have brick, you know, panel it with brick or stone or whatever. But for today, we'll just probably just use painted walls. Anyway, once you get to this point, what you're going to want to do is, so you have 47 from top to bottom. And what we're going to do is carefully remove the bottom 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I made my, like, I like the look of 3. For a beam look, so that's how I have this figured out. So we're going to skip 3, so 1, 2, 3, and we're going to actually remove that one. I'm just removing it so it's kind of like a marker. So then I'm going to go back to up to the top. I'm going to skip 3 and then start removing these all the way down, and carefully do that. You don't want to reach across and start deleting those ones because that could be a disaster. And you probably don't want to go this fast. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're left with 3 on the bottom and 3 on the top. And that will hold a screen perfectly. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing over here on both sides. This one you'll have to be super careful because of the because they're double wided, so you could easily hit the other side. So be really careful if you're going to do it this way. And then you start seeing it's kind of grabbing. It's hard to tell what you're grabbing. So this could be a dangerous way to do it, but I wanted to see what it would look like. So we'll do the same thing. Actually, let's, oh gosh, it's so hard to tell. So 1, 2, 3, we're leaving. So we're going to remove that one. Is that right? Yeah. So let's do the same thing here. We'll skip that one and we're going to remove that one. So we have 3 on the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to move our ladder, and this is going to be really tricky. I hope it turns out okay though. And we're going to skip the top 3, 1, 2, 3, and then very carefully, I'm going to kind of point myself away from the other row of these things. And we're going to just kind of get rid of all these. And we'll do the same thing here. So we got 3, and then we'll start removing these guys. There we go. Okay. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. It actually might not be so bad because you can just see what you're doing from this angle. I just don't want to hit my the one across the room. Oh, it doesn't reach, so we're safe. But I'm going to still be really careful and do this, and bring you guys back when I remove them all. All right, and we are there. Nice. Okay, cool. I think we can get rid of this now. Just get it out of our way. Okay, so we have our little beams, our little pillars or whatever. And you could probably, like I said, make these thicker if you want. Just add to the top or the bottom. It's going to get tough to add them to the top, so you might need a taller ladder. Not sure if the ceiling will eventually get in the way, but anyway, this is just one way to do it. So what I really like about these screens, guys, this particular style doesn't have legs or an opening on the top and bottom, so I really like the way it fits in tight because there's no gap between the screen and the bottom of that composite board, and that's what I really liked about that look. So there is other screens you can use though. So you find all those in other, and if we go down here, now I'm wondering, now that I've done this, you might be able to play around with like the spacing and might even be able to put shelving in here. Because I think shelving sits on top of it as well, but I haven't played around with that a whole lot. So this one has kind of the same look on the top and bottom, which I think would actually look pretty good in here too. So what do we have to play with? We got, I picked this color just because I thought we could play with some of the wood frame ones. I'm not sure which one would look best. Maybe the cherry. It's not a bad match. Let's check out the sapel. Oh yeah, that's almost bang on. So this is the oak floor with the sapel, I do believe. Is what we're playing with right now. But you could just do a single wide little... Let's change the color though. Ooh, look at that. So you could have just a single wide little panel. I think that looks pretty nice. And then you could probably play around with some paint ideas. Not sure if tile, like a brick look, would look okay with it because it's not really orange, but let's have a look here and see what we can find. So I did pull some brick. I just wanted to see what it would look like. Like I'm not crazy about that, but you know, you could do it. You could do it if you're into that. I just don't like the colors together, so. But you could use the brick with some other kind of look, I'm sure. But you could have that's a pretty fiery kind of look, but you could kind of paint these pillars orange. and have kind of a fun little divider in that sense. See, that's actually pretty cute. I like that. Okay, so let's play with this one. What I thought would be kind of cool too is, let's have a look and see. So that is, yeah, so that's the panel that has, I think that one actually works pretty good for a little wall divider panel too. Still, I really like that one, but these other ones, I mean, you could go with a different look as well. Like there's this other panel that I really like the look of. This one, you could I mean, you could get away with it for sure. Let's just have a look and see what this looks like. Now I don't know, could we fit 3 across and have it totally, okay, let's try. Just a little bit off, so it doesn't quite, yeah, like you, and you can't really split the difference here either, because, so it doesn't really work very well with 3 panels. But you could go something like, now that you're kind of wider, you could play around with the idea of kind of making these slatted, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's the word for it, but let's put it maybe right about there. And how do I have these? They're just kind of meeting up. So you could go with something like that, which would be kind of a neat little divider. I probably built these too close together, so it's hard to get the idea. But with the wider ones, it gives you that option too. So definitely could use these panels too. I think they look pretty nice, and there's still no gaps, so they look like they're all kind of nicely built in. Now I just want to check and see one other thing here. I want to go back to my favorite. Let's go with a gray look. I just want to see what this is going to look like. So I don't know how many times 2, 3, 4. I think I went about 4 times, like clicking, shift clicking 4 times. Let's just see what this looks like. And then I'm kind of lining it up. Seems to have about the right spacing. So how much of a space do we have on the ends? Yeah, it's about even. So that's another look that you could go with as far as these screens are concerned. I just think it's just a kind of a cool way to just create, like I said, a divider between rooms rather than using walls all the time. And I think this is steel gray paint I have right here. And I noticed that it looks pretty nice with this gray composite board. So let's just finish it off with some gray. There we go. Yeah, those are kind of some different looks we can play with, guys. And like I said, it's 47 high. We remove 8 from the bottom, and that'll get you that look. It's like really simple, other than like just being a little bit time consuming stacking these, especially if you decide you want to go double wide. But that's kind of a neat idea anyway. I like kind of making them a little bit slanted. I don't think, just see, would this fit on one panel? It would. It actually would. So you could do this on a single panel as well. But if you wanted to go with this thicker look, you could do that too. Anyway, guys, that's it. I just wanted to kind of tell you what I did because, like I said, I had done it for my video, but I really didn't pay attention to what I was doing, and it just kind of worked out. So I thought, oh, I'll go back and figure out exactly how many I used and how I made it work the way it did, because like I said, the spacing is just really nice on them, and I just wanted to kind of take the guesswork out for you guys so that it would be a little bit easier. But that's it, guys. I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoy, have fun flipping and all that stuff, and I hope this was helpful. Have fun, guys, building your new walls. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.